It's me, Nancy, today. Well, we got rid of the mattress. We got rid of all the junk that was in that caravan. And now, and we got rid of the barbecue down here that we never used. It was kind of, bleh. Anyway, so we did all that this morning. I think that probably wore my body out. But we tidied up at the top of the hill, up at the house, and we brought a whole bunch of black tarps down to cover the teepee. You see there? And so we tied some of them up, but I think I'm doing it all wrong. And so it was just too confusing. I guess I was getting upset. It was frustrating because I couldn't find where the ends were. We're both working on it, and I didn't know what he was doing, and he didn't know what I was doing, and so it just wasn't working. And it was frustrating, and I was getting more and more frustrated, and I didn't want to blow up or, whatever. So I said I don't want to do it anymore. And so Willem has gone up to the house to do other things, and I am lying in my hammock, which is a really good idea because my back actually does hurt a lot. Anyway, and that was my way of dealing with frustration. Now I'll just lie here and figure it out. See if I can figure out putting these rectangular pieces on my pyramid shape or cone shape. I want to do it, usually it's easy to do from the top down, but if you do it from the top down, then the water's going to run in. So we're trying to do it from the bottom up, which doesn't really work, because if you do it from the top down, you can tie the top and the bottom just ends where they do. And then when you put the next layer on, the top is what you're concerned about and the bottom ends where it does. But when you're working from the bottom up, you're sort of tying the bottom and then trying to make it fit on the top. And theoretically that works. The trouble is you really need to tie these tarps to the teepee poles. And the teepee poles are quite far apart. And your plastic can end somewhere in the middle and have a long way to go to get to the teepee pole. And so you need to be able to put on a piece of rope that's long enough that's going to reach the next teepee pole. And you need to make a hole in those fabrics above the teepee pole so you can reach through, maybe 2 holes, go in around the pole and then tie it. But you can't do that if there's 2 people working and neither knows what each other are doing. Which corner is, and to go inside and then to try and figure out which fabric I'm trying to get. The whole thing didn't work. So when I feel good and energetic, I will do it. I'll just do it one piece at a time. Maybe it is best to do it from the top down. And you go down from the top, don't tie the bottoms. So you go down and put the first one around the top, and then you slide the next one up under the top and tie the top through the second one to the poles. Perfect idea. Then you put the bottom one on under the second one and tie it. Make holes in your second tarp and tie the top of the bottom one to the poles. Can you figure out what I'm talking about? You've got 2 layers. You need to make holes in them on both sides of the pole. And go through both layers and tie them on. You don't want the wind blowing it because the wind will wreck the fabric. What's it called? Not decay or defray or fragment. It's a word. It'll wreck the integrity of the fabric, which is a nylon, plasticky kind of fabric. It's made of plastic nylon strips. Anyway, that's how to do it. Do it from the top down and reach up under to tie them on. But see, it's also difficult if you've already got a layer there. So you're working through a layer that's already there, and you're trying to do it from the inside because it's easier to get to it on the inside. Trouble is you can't get to it on the inside because you can't see through the tarp that's already there. So that was the problem there. And we did put white fabric on the bottom. Yes, you have to go from the top of each fabric. And make sure there's enough to lay down and cover the rest of the teepee. That was really a frustrating event. Very difficult. And my back was getting worse. I think it started when I was leaning over to tie two cords together. And I thought about my back and that it wasn't good to lean over that far. And I probably thought about it because it was hurting. I couldn't tell it was hurting though. It's so good to get rid of that mattress. You know, that mattress, we took it apart from the bottom. I didn't realize we were working on the bottom, but we cut the fabric and then it was covered with this kind of a fiber, a natural fiber. It seemed like it was cotton or something. And it was all ground up. But it stayed together. You had to pull it apart. And it would pull apart. And then there were all the springs. They were all neatly tied together, and each one was covered with fabric. It was really a beautiful job. Very beautiful. Anyway, we threw that into the metal pile. A little bit of fabric didn't matter. And then we threw away the top and the bottom, which was all just could be bunched up into a bag. It was like several giant pillows. We put that in the garbage. So we got rid of the mattress. And got rid of all the other stuff in there. So it probably looks pretty good in there. Maybe I should take a pill for my back. Such a nice day. I just feel like lying here in the hammock. I don't think I've laid in this hammock much. This is the hammock on Sumac Hill. I feel better now. I'm not frustrated, but I know that my back hurts and lying here is good for me. I think my back hurts because I had chocolate yesterday. Chocolate is really a bad thing for me. Some chocolate is worse than other chocolate. Oh. These clouds are going over. I wonder if you could have a router at the house and then have a router far away from the house, like to use Wi-Fi down here. How far away from the line you could actually plug it in. You know, can you go 200 feet, 250 feet from the router? What is it called? The box that it first comes into. And then from there it goes into the box for making it Wi-Fi. So So one is a router and the other is a, I don't know, D-Link. I have no idea. I don't get the internet down here. If I got the internet down here, there's a lot of things I could do. I could upload videos when I'm here. I could write in my journal. I haven't written my journal lately. Several days. Maybe I could take my journal to the chapel today when William has meetings that start early. And then we have a meeting late. So it's going to be a whole day of it. It's such a beautiful day. So it's good to lie in the hammock first. And I guess I'll go together with him. And I'll take my journal on my laptop and I'll take my, I can't upload from the chapel because YouTube is blocked. But I can write in my journal, upload my journal. And then I can knit if I get done with that. Knitting socks for Desmond. Should stop and see Desmond. I haven't seen him for a few days. Oh, my little baby. He wiggles his hands when he wants something. He sees me and he wiggles his hands. Oh, that's sweet. I love my little baby. My little grandbaby. Hard work for Mommy and Daddy. Putting them to bed is no easy task. Alright, I guess I should let you go because I'm going to go to sleep and that's not going to be very fun to watch. Old lady snoring in the hammock. Bye. You take care. Make somebody smile. Whenever you get upset with something that's going on, separate yourself from the situation and think about it and figure it out. Figure out what's making you upset and figure the whole thing out and get rid of all that feeling. And then you can go back with it fresh. And it's possible that you just can't work together with someone else on it. Perhaps you have to do it alone. If you don't have the same vision of it, one or the other of you should do it. Because otherwise there's conflict. And if you know more about it, then you should do it. If the other person knows more about it, then they should do it. But you should stop before you get mad. Alrighty then. Goodbye.